This is a quite remarkable little invention. Since it was conceived, it's helped to make the world a much smaller place, connecting people and making life easier and more convenient for all of us. And what's more, it's helped to save millions of lives with a call to the emergency services only 3 digits away. But did you know this little device could also help to stop something I find totally unacceptable in our society today: the abuse and neglect of children. Throughout the UK, thousands of children and young people have to face each day with the fear and the experience of cruelty. Girls and boys sexually abused for someone else's gratification, physically hurt through someone's rage, made to feel worthless, unloved, or neglected. The statistics are really quite shocking. At least one child dies each week from cruelty. We now know that 11% of boys aged under 16 and 21% of girls aged under 16 have experienced sexual abuse during childhood. And nearly 32,000 children in the UK are known to be at risk of abuse right now. But these are only the children that we know about. There are thousands more who never tell anyone about the abuse they have suffered. So, how can we stop this from happening? Well, thanks to the NSPCC, thousands of children and young people can be helped through the telephone, text messaging, and the internet.
Hello, you're through to ChildLine.
A call to ChildLine can offer them a chance to speak with a counsellor about anything that's worrying them.
Can I talk to you about something?
You can talk about anything you'd like to talk about at ChildLine.
Through our online service, we can reach out to children and young people using a medium that they're most comfortable with, the internet. And through the NSPCC helpline, we can take calls from adults who are worried about a child and offer them information or advice. And where a child is at immediate risk of abuse, we can arrange for the police or social services to urgently respond.
Right, you sound quite upset. What's happened? Has something happened now?
All of these helplines are vitally important to ending child cruelty. Without them, many children would suffer from the effects of their abuse, some with horrendous consequences. James had been bullied at school for weeks. For him, the only way to deal with the torment was to end his life. At 2 o'clock in the morning, James took a lethal overdose of painkillers. Shortly afterwards, he called ChildLine for help.
Hello, you're through to a counsellor at ChildLine.
Can I speak to someone? Because I'm really sad at the moment.
From the conversation, the counsellor was concerned that James needed emergency medical help.
You said you've taken some sleeping tablets and some painkillers.
James didn't feel he could tell his mum what had happened, so the counsellor encouraged James to let her speak to his mum and get her to call for an ambulance.
Is it James?
Someone.
It was only thanks to the counsellor's careful handling of the call that James is with us alive today. Every child and every adult should have the chance to speak to a counsellor whenever they call. Unfortunately, this isn't the case.
Hello, you're through to somebody you can talk to.
At present, ChildLine can only answer 2/3 of the 2.3 million calls it receives each year. Our online service can only respond to 56% of the children and young people who contact them. This means that every day there are hundreds of children who don't get to share their concerns with a counsellor. And what's more, our adult helpline can only answer 70% of the calls they receive. So what can we do about it? Well, the NSPCC wants to expand all of their helpline services so that every child and every adult who contacts them can get the help and support they need, whatever the time of day or night it may be.
It's my dad. He just keeps on hitting me.
That's why we're launching the Child's Voice Appeal, and this is where you come in. To answer every cry for help, we need to raise £50 million from businesses, communities and individuals. And in return, we'll provide more counsellors and more telephone lines, as well as a text phone service and a sign video service to answer more calls and respond to more online contacts than ever before. In truth, your money will make this happen. So please, remember just how important this is. The hardest thing for an abused child to do is to summon the courage to speak out against their abuser. It's a tragedy if they don't speak out, and an even greater one if they do, and then there is no one to listen. So please, help us and give whatever you can. Thank you.